buying it or won't he?
Let's, however, talk about another person who loves the clout, who loves fucking causing chaos as much as possible, and then oftentimes has the financial power to be able to get away with it. Elon motherfucking Musk, who today, or I guess not, who yesterday, I don't fucking know what day it is, came out with a meme defending his decision to do the will they, won't they with the potential purchase of Twitter, saying that it was actually a five-head decision to get Twitter to sue him after, revoking his own right to actually to see what percentage of the Twitter activity was actually bots. He revoked his right, signed off on the deal for epic memes, and then turned around and did like a lol. I meant to be this way. I meant to do this. Just kidding. Here, let's just talk about the here. Let's hear.
That is the big question still hanging over Elon Musk and his now seemingly defunct plan to buy the social media firm Twitter for $44 billion. The world's richest man pulled out late on Friday, saying the company hadn't given him enough information about fake accounts. Its share price has taken a big hit in pre-market trading in New York, and the company says it's going to sue him to make him close the deal. Well, let's get the latest now with our correspondent Samira Hussein, who is in New York for us. Hi, Samira. Well, the big question, which I guess you don't actually have the answer to, but what do you think, in your analysis, is this deal dead in the water or not?
Well, we're certainly going to hear the two sides battling it out. On the one hand, you have Elon Musk, who has repeatedly said that he's not getting all of the information that he wants, that he believes that the metrics that Twitter has been using to identify fake accounts doesn't actually tell the whole story. And from Mr. Musk's point of view, well, then that actually isn't showing the true value of the company if there aren't as many people actually actively using it. For Twitter's, what they're saying is that, look, you already signed the deal. These are the metrics that we use. We've given you all the information that you want, and now they're absolutely going to hold them accountable. What really is this setting?
Like, he is stupid enough to fucking sign off on this, saying that, like, dude, I don't know. Here's what I'm gonna say. Okay? I think he's dumb enough to, like, actually sign off on this. But also, I don't have a belief in the American criminal justice system or the American, like, court system in general. Not the criminal justice system, but, like, certainly no belief in the American court system in general, especially as it pertains to billionaires. Elon Musk was able to call someone a pedophile and like, literally hire PIs to try to figure out if the dude was actually a fucking pedophile. And when he got sued in the American courts for slander, he was able to get away with it because he attended the court proceedings and used this incredible, brilliant defense called, "I'm South African. It's in my culture to call everyone a pedophile. We were just kidding." And for people saying, when you're right, you're right. No, he didn't. He wasn't right. That was an open and shut defamation case that he won when he should not have won. He literally used the lol. Stop trying to figure out his 8-head plans. You're not going to be able to figure it out. He's not 8-head at all. He can get away with doing all this shit because dummies like you think no matter what he does, no matter how fucking stupid he is, he's brilliant. And it's like there's a chess play behind this. I know you might be memeing, but there are people who legitimately think that way.
It's going to be a long, protracted fight in the courts. Twitter has already said that they're going to take them to a court here in the United States and that they're going to fight to make sure that he goes through with that deal.
And I guess the prospect of a lawsuit means we're going to hear a lot more detail about what they're actually arguing over.
That is certainly the case. I think also there are a few other things at play. One, you could see that Twitter will try to force Elon Musk to go through with the deal. But on the other hand, there is also an option of Twitter just sort of, trying to make this go away. Because Elon Musk has a cult-like following. There are people who really, he is very popular and among a certain sector of people, and it is possible that that popularity may weigh on Twitter in terms of just how much they are going to want to fight against Elon Musk. So there is that possibility as well, that Twitter just decides it's just not worth it to deal with all the Musk people out there, and that let's just make this all go away.
And what impact is all of this having on Elon Musk's wider empire, Tesla, for example?
So Tesla is one of the biggest reasons why Elon Musk is as wealthy as.
It's so weird that we have to factor in like his cult-like following, especially in like the tech sector. You know what I mean? When talking about like whether he will face repercussions or backlash or not. It's like, well, he does have a cult of psychos, you know what I mean, who hang on every word he says. So on the one hand, while he is clearly doing things that in any other circumstance would get them in a lot of trouble, okay, at the very least $1 billion mistake, right? Because I think there is a clause in this contract, just like many other gigantic contracts, you can't just like forcibly try to purchase a company without any sort of financial repercussions. And the clause itself is, I believe, like $1 billion. $1 billion that he has to pay if he backs out of the deal, unless it's like an erroneous amount of information that Elon Musk was not privy to ahead of time, but like they have factored in bots already into the deal, because Twitter's like, listen, there is an unmanageable amount of bots on the platform. We estimate it is around about 5%. And the revenue, the impact it has on our revenue streams is negligible, right? So that was already pre-established, and he signed off on it. Now, the number of bots might be larger, right? The number of bots might be larger, but because he signed off on that while he was making the purchasing agreement, it's going to take a lot more than just however many, it's called a break fee, exactly. However many people are, what the bots look like, or how that impacts their revenue. $1 billion is only if the deal fails. He agreed, so he has to pay 100%. No, I'm saying like if he pulls out for no reason whatsoever, Twitter currently is trying to hold him to account and trying to force his hand to purchase Twitter at the incredible fucking share price that he agreed to originally, which was a meme pretty much. So they're gonna try to make sure that he can't pull out. He can't just pull out. The $1 billion as if like the DOJ blocked it. So at best case, if I'm not mistaken, he has to pay still $1 billion for no reason for this meme.
As he is, and he's been using that as a way to be able to fund this deal with Twitter. Now, there's two forces at play. Yes, on the one hand, we're seeing that actually the news of Mr. Musk walking away from the Twitter deal has risen. The shares of Tesla have risen as a result. But on the other hand, if you look at the technology space altogether, across the board, we're seeing big drops in tech stocks. And Tesla is another one of those companies that have fallen victim to it. So, there are the market forces at play, but then there's also just what Mr. Musk is using in order to make that deal with Twitter.
Okay, for now.
Yeah. Remember, like the share price that he almost purchased Twitter at was so high that it would have been like it had to be so unreasonably high that it would be a violation of like the board's fiduciary responsibility to their shareholders. So, chat, $1 billion isn't going to bankrupt Twitter? No, Twitter's not going to pay $1 billion. Elon is going to pay $1 billion to Twitter if he breaks the terms of the contract. If the courts claim that Elon is able to break it.
Once a brutal monarchy that justified chattel slavery and the brutal colonial overrule of India and numerous other countries, now have become the powerless symbol of being cucked to one of its former penal colonies, the United States of America. That's right, we're here outside of the gates of Buckingham Palace. What a beautiful sight to behold.
Hassan,
Waiting for the Queen to come outside.
can we just enjoy the fucking sights for a minute?
We are once a brutal monarch.
Jesus Christ, hold on.